You may fire when ready.
What?
Good evening, Cubs and Cardinals fans. It's Thursday, November 19th, and you know what? I just can't do it. Ron, just bring up your camera. We got to do this.
Okay, at least let our intro music die down. Okay, we're good.
Look, we got to be straight with you. Tonight's probably one of the toughest nights that Ron and I have had in 3 years. This is something that is the last thing I wanted to do the week before Thanksgiving. But on it's not arguably, on the biggest night of Cubs news in 2020. When we're going to be discussing the thing that really is going to be the story of the Cubs offseason. Because it doesn't matter what the moves are under the new Jed Hoyer leadership at Wrigley Field. Inevitably there are going to be some big names leaving 1060 West Addison. But on the night when you're looking for reaction from Cubs and Cardinals fans, their reaction to Theo Epstein leaving the Cubs a year early, Elliott's AWOL, incommunicado. We don't know where he is. He hasn't responded to our texts. Ron and I actually made an effort this week to come up with something of a show map. We wanted to do, we wanted this to be a little bit more scripted because we knew that this was big. This was going to be one of the biggest conversations that we had probably since the Quintana trade, when we actually did an impromptu podcast. And for Elliott to drop the ball like this, it really was the last straw for Ron and I. So we huddled and we've been trying to reach Elliott for the last hour, and Ron and I have been talking and having a heart to heart. And there's no other way to put it. We've terminated Elliott's relationship with the Team of Rivals podcast effective immediately. Like I said, it's not something that we wanted to do, but it was necessary for the integrity of the show.
Yeah, it is, and it comes down to sometimes these decisions aren't easy, Pete, and you're right. I mean, it was a pretty important week. We're heading into a holiday break. Nobody's, we're not going to have a show for a few weeks, and that has happened, and it's come unannounced from time to time. But you're right, and we're gearing up for an off season here of a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unanswered questions, just a lot of questions, and it's kind of a triad of opinion here, and our best shows are when all three of us can contribute to it. And so, for someone to just kind of lay the responsibility aside and just leave it on us, especially unannounced, it really is, it's a sting, and it's happened once too often. And so it's nothing personal. It's just a decision it's a decision we have to come to. We have to do it every day in our work lives and our business lives. But to do it on a personal level like this is it's a lot different. And it's tough, and we hate to do that here, but we felt we needed to.
And one of the things that Ron and I actually talked about as we were discussing this, because we both know we've worked retail, mm-hmm. and we understand the pressures of fourth quarter retail, and we both said we can only imagine what it's like right now. Facing
Sure.
the pandemic economy and Illinois going back into tier 3 restrictions. No doubt there's a lot of pressure on Elliott, but without a response from him, Ron and I both thought that maybe it's best for Elliott as well. He doesn't need the distraction when I'm sure that things are really ramping up.
And sorry, I lost it for a second. It's just I can't believe we're at this point now. I mean, there are frivolous things we got to deal with, and now I have to cut. I have to redo the damn logo. Maybe we just revert back to our old. Because I'm tired of putting effort into something that others don't appreciate and don't abide to. I mean, it's like our flag, man. I mean, when I see our logo come up, I'm at attention. All parts of me are at attention.
Sorry.
And when I hear that,
that was an inappropriate response.
It was. Given the situation, I don't appreciate that. But even when I hear our intro music, I mean, the blood that rushes, it's just like everything is locked up, man. It is ready to go and ready to fire. And, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where to go with this. We have some baseball to talk about, Pete, and I know you're going to walk us through the night.
And and what's really interesting is I was really looking forward to throwing to Elliott in this first segment.
I was too.
Like I had the whole map planned out.
I mean, this was for him tonight. This was for him tonight. He was the first one that texted out after the topic we all want to discuss, which was The Mandalorian, Chapter 11. He's the first one that reached out. Hey, did you see this? It was amazing. And to not get his opinion tonight is just like, enough's enough, man.
Yep.
Put up.
And we were going to start. I mean, the plan was we were going to start off with Elliott's take on Theo's resignation. Then we were going to go to Ron for obviously for the Cardinals, because, I mean, let's be honest. The last 9 years for you. Well, no, the last 9 years for you guys have sucked because our teams actually become competitive and we weren't just an afterthought.
If our show tonight was the off season, the Cardinals are Elliott. No shows.
Yeah. So far.
Yeah. We have a special guest that will join us and maybe even just replace him because we're sick of this. Maybe not. We have a carousel of people here we could happily replace our missing counterpart with. But Pete, just launch into the baseball talk, man. It was pretty big news, but not unexpected.
Yeah, and you know what we should throw out. I'm looking at the chat reactions, and I mean, look. I mean, as far as what Elliott contributes to the show, and by that I mean
very little.
Intro interruptions, inappropriate background noises, constant distractions. I mean, we could actually, maybe we ought to do that, Ron. Maybe over the holidays or something, we could have like a series of listener auditions. And maybe get some of really our followers.
Good. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. And I don't want to commit to another third person on here permanently. I think we get a rotation of well qualified people that can stand in. We know Elle is fantastic. If she could join us permanently, she would have replaced him a long time ago. Hell, even you or me. Yeah, so we can look at that. That's an interesting idea. I like it. I think it's a good off-season thing for us to do. Why not, right?